Henry, what's your topic?
Let's talk about baseball.
Really?
Yeah, sure, why not?
He didn't have a topic.
No,
so-
I did. I was
Oh.
thinking baseball.
Okay. Like what specifically? Just like what like
Like why we're into it and when we cared about it.
I think it's sad because baseball has slowly turned into like the least
America's pastime.
Yeah, it's not America's greatest
America's
pastime anymore.
No, no.
It's this very
Now it's all about football.
and it's all very when you see a bunch of people really excited about baseball, there are a lot it's a lot of bandwagoning.
Annie.
Especially in San Francisco, because
Especially in-
we're
'cause
doing
we're the 2010s version of like the fucking Yankees at this
We're-
point.
we're the-
And they don't fucking understand. Like people don't understand. It's like, oh yeah, we're constantly the underdogs and shit. It's like fucking you won 3 fucking world champions in
Non-consecutively.
yeah, it's
not
like
3 in 5 years.
yeah, calling us underdogs is like calling the 76ers underdogs when they had Allen Iverson on the team. It's like you're the team. Shut up.
It's like calling the Warriors underdogs because
Yeah.
they didn't win for a long time, and it's like you got Steph Curry, you got a little magic bolt right now.
Yeah, and it's like
You literally have a gun.
and I understand.
What?
Like I remember like in
That's
2000
LeBron James.
in 2010, like I totally understand that. Like I
Yeah.
respect like you guys have not won a World Series in fucking since like 54 or something.
Yeah.
So I respect that. As someone from a fucking city who's literally not won a World Series since fucking I think the 50s or the 40s.
Still
I know
doing
that
better than
pain.
Chicago.
Like, and to the
I
point where
fucking
every
feel
time
that.
I think of an Indians game, I literally just see the Cleveland team in the dugout going.
Winner.
So I
Bad
felt that,
photo.
but at this point, it's this weird pride of.
We're American. We're doing this together.
But no,
Kind
it's
of
sort of
fucking-
like, yeah, we're like no one likes us. We're the underdogs, and
Flip a car, beat your wife.
I think it's just because it's easy to go to a baseball game and be like, fuck you. Like,
yeah.
there's my team.
And that's the thing is like Giants fans or mainly the bandwagoners of Giants.
You mean
now
all of the people
are
singing "Don't Stop
fucking-
Believing"?
fucking
Bruh, I texted you when I was at the Giants game. I texted him, "Why is this the only song white people know?"
Why? So
No,
when the lights,
when we went on Tuesday, it was the
It was Any
In
Way
the
You Want.
City or whatever that
the-
song
When the
is.
lights.
isn't that song about L.A.?
No, they're from San Francisco.
I thought that was about that song specifically was about L.A.
Did you know Journey's
I
actually a
love at one, I
Santana
would love
spinoff
at one
band?
point they started singing the "Do You Know the Way to San Jose." I would love if like that started being a thing at the
That's so
fucking
weird.
Giant Stadium.
Yeah, I was at the Giants game too, and like everybody started singing that song, and then I'm literally just sitting down. Going, like, Journey
Shut-
sucks.
Shut up, white people. Journey sucks. Steve Perry sucks. Listen to good classic rock like Boston.
I mean,
Kansas.
like
Foreigner.
at this point, like the Giants to me are sort of boring because they are this dynasty, and it's like I understand you have pride for your city, but
Yeah.
80% of you aren't
Having-
even fucking from here.
Having pride for your city and being a baseball fan are two completely different things.
No, I don't think it. I don't think it
It's
is.
like going
I
to.
think if now it is
Mm.
because it's just like people are being. Everybody from San Francisco is so fucking from San Francisco, and
I
even if
hate
they
San
move,
But it's not
it's
even,
like
but
San
it's
Francisco is
not even
always
the
San
front.
Francisco.
Like I feel like 50% of the people who live here aren't even from here. You know,
That's-
I'm part of that.
That's the
But
thing.
you know
though.
what? I'm not a fucking bandwagoner. I like going to Giants
No,
games.
but what I'm saying is like for the biggest percentage of those people are the bandwagoners who are like, yeah, no, I'm from San Francisco, or they just moved to San Francisco and they're like, yeah, Giants because we're a good team.
Yeah,
And it's easy
but
to say
there
that.
are. I will stick up for my girlfriend Alyssa, who is very much so. She moved here, and she's very.
She
much
knows
of a
more
Giants-
about baseball than any of us do.
But I will stick up for her because she's from somewhere that didn't have a baseball team, and
Yeah.
when she lived there, they did root for the Giants and stuff. So they are a Giants family.
It's easy to
So
root
I
for 'em.
totally, I like. There are some exceptions to that rule. But
Yeah.
there are people who like fucking move from Seattle and like come down here and be like, yeah, Giants. It's like, how about the fucking Mariners, dude?
Yeah.
And it's like, I
Who roots for
I-
the Mariners?
I enjoy going to Giants games, but I'm not like, fuck yeah, Giants, bro! Like,
Don't stop believing.
fuck the Oakland A's, whatever. I'm like, yeah, like I'll root for them because they're the home team. I'm
Yeah.
at like I'll respect them because
Just see me in the stands going.
But you know, like at my very core, I'm a fucking Tribe
Yeah.
fan. You know, like
Oh.
that is who I root for.
No,
or
and it
we should
really-
just really, if people are fucking really upset about the Indians name,
Thing.
let's bring back the fucking Cleveland Spiders, bitches.
We gonna creep up on you.
No, but it really takes that to kind of.
Our fucking new if we go back to the Cleveland Spiders, our logo should just be Spider-Man. That'd be fucking rad. Yeah.
This controller is Spider-Man really aiming at your dick while you play the
game. Colin Moriarty often talks about how sort of the MLB is sort of broken and how teams can get into playoffs now, and I do agree with that. And he sort of said, and because of that, he says baseball is boring now, but I don't think baseball is ever boring. Whenever I go, even like the
Baseball's
game I
fun
went
to
to, it was a 1-0 game, and just because it was a low scoring, it was like still fucking interesting. And seeing like the baseball is very strategic in how people do things, and I think it's definitely like underappreciated now, and I feel like people are forgetting like what it takes to sort of actually play in the major leagues.
Yeah.
Because just like some of the stuff that they were doing just at that game of walking, I forget who was up, but it was 1-0. I think it was like a 6th or 7th inning, and they were gonna walk. I forget who it was, but they walked him because he's a good hitter, and because there's 2 outs.
Was this a Marlins or Padres game?
This was Padres.
Okay.
So they walked in because he's a good hitter, and there are 2 outs, so they could bring up the pitcher.
Yeah.
Because the Johnny Cueto fucking sucks.
Right,
And
yeah.
He's a really great pitcher, and he actually lasted that entire game. It was like his 100th career win, I believe, and it was a shutout, which was like really fucking awesome. And he did really well that entire game, and that's something you actually don't see as often anymore. He's
He's a great pitcher.
As you would like 30 years ago. Mainly like 30 years ago, pitchers would like it wasn't an unheard thing of pitchers surviving the entire game and pitching like 100 pitches. Like they were pretty much fine. But
Cy Young could kick all of these kids' asses.
Yeah, and that's the thing of like a lot of, for the most part, it's now known of like you keep your opener in for 5 or 6 innings, and then they typically get really tired, and then you bring in your relief, and then you bring in your closer.
I think the
Typically.
rule is it's 100 pitches and then you switch them out.
Yeah, and that's the thing of like Kudo went to like 120 or something. And at one point, like Alyssa
That's
and I were
fucking
sort
rough.
of but he was at 100 pitches
Hurts.
and he was still like throwing like low mid 90s.
Jesus Christ.
So like, and that was impressive.
I
And
literally
we-
would have been
but
like,
we were, Alyssa and I
You would
were
have been there from the
concerned.
first pitch.
Alyssa and I were concerned because Bochy wasn't warming any relief pitcher up
Yeah,
in like
yeah.
the 7th and 8th inning, and he was getting like to 100, and we're like, Bochy,
Yeah.
he's doing strong right now, but he might fall apart like that. Like
I
you need
really-
to get someone
His arm
like.
falls off.
I really want a shirt that says Bochy loves Mochi.
But I fucking love baseball, and I miss playing baseball, and I've actually been
Yeah.
I've been thinking about possibly doing what my stepdad did was like I think
Schooling kids on the court.
my stepdad
Oh.
Schooling kids on the diamond.
was I think he signed up at like our local Y or something,
Yeah.
like a adult like baseball league, and I think
Yeah.
that would be fucking rad. Especially like I went to my sister's softball game, like her last softball game for the season last week, and that was fucking like just being in that environment made me very nostalgic and made me miss like being in that community.
Yeah.
And it reminded me how fucking like way into like the game parents got. Like
Oh,
there's
yeah.
this one mom who was like on our team who was like very just like, come on, blah, 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 blah. It was like, fuck, dude, they're like 3rd grader or 4th graders.
Kick him in the groin.
But I think it's sad baseball is sort of becoming
Stan's
this
dad.
Sud. I think it's sad
Bro.
baseball is becoming this underappreciated sport. I think the MLB is becoming a little broken right now.
a little bit.
I think what made baseball go downhill is people like whatever sport
people
is
like.
easily accessible to like kids. Baseball's not easily accessible to a lot of kids because you got to have a lot of shit for it. Like, we need a bat, we need a ball, we need gloves, we need diamonds.
I mean, it's true. It's
It's
I
actually
mean,
a-
I guess it might just be because this is San Francisco and there's not a lot of like baseball diamonds here in San Francisco.
But
Yeah.
like basketball's super popular and basketball's super easy to just like get a bunch of your friends together. I have
need a ball and a hoop.
yeah.
need a
But
ball and a hoop.
I mean that
Like
like,
your dad to school.
and then with like football, you have like the touch tag alternatives and like capture the flag
and that's
type
what,
of
like,
shit.
what we would do because
Yeah.
we had to plan.
Because you're not gonna like just like
You don't
we
want
don't
it-
need to buy pads right now.
You don't need a giant
Full contact.
You don't need a giant thing in the sky. Just run.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. It might have just been different with in the Midwest of if you just wanted to play baseball, you needed a glove, a bat, and a ball. And
And a little shine on your spit.
and
Um,
then
and
you're
even
right
just
about it
playing
being San
catch.
Francisco too, because you can't really do that type of shit out here, like in the
Yeah,
middle of the
there's like-
street. It's not
there's
as
like-
abandoned as like
Yeah.
Central Valley, California.
Things you
or-
need to play baseball: a bat, a ball, some diamonds, copy of Field of Dreams.
and I honestly
On
like I miss
VHS.
even playing like catch, you know, like I miss
Yeah.
having my own baseball glove and like being at my sister's softball game made me like very nostalgic of like all of the stuff I used to do when it came to baseball.
My dad and I used to play catch, but then we stopped when he hit me really hard in the head, and I just had a massive bruise right here.
Nice.
I remember one of the times we actually in San Francisco in here was a couple years ago. It was when Alyssa and I first started dating, and it was Roger, Alyssa,
Damn, that was a long time ago. If you're saying Roger's name.
Annie, and myself, and we were like playing baseball and stuff at this park near Annie's house. And I remember at one point, like I wasn't hitting too well, but at one point, like Alyssa threw me a pitch and a line drive straight for her fucking face, and she was able to duck in time, but like
I thought
when-
you were about to be like, she took it.
And that's when I knew she was the one for me. I like
and she-
imagining this game with shirts versus skins, but Roger's the only one not wearing a shirt.
she was able to duck in time,
Still
but that was
pitching
the,
the idea.
that was the point where I was
Come
like,
on, guys, shirts versus skins. Come on. Woo!
that was the
God.
point where I was like, all right, we need to stop because you know, like my accuracy has definitely fell down because I haven't been able to train as much. But I forgot how much power I actually have. You know,
Yeah, you forget how much power
especially-
you have until you start batting.
I've been telling my sister this because she bats right now, and I think that's a little weird because both of her parents are left-handed. So I
is
just
really
thought
weird.
it's fucking weird. And the weird thing about me growing up, when I was growing up before I started baseball, I wrote with my right hand. And then when I started baseball, I naturally went over to swinging left-handed. And my mom was like, no, you need to go to right. And I was like, no, this feels weird. I fucking hate this. And like throughout the years, I learned to swing both. And I
Yeah.
learned that when I swing left, that's my power hit. And when I swing right, that's my accuracy.
I was about to say, like, I really want to see like papers of you writing with your right hand as a kid, and it's just like
It's just fucking like well, because the weird thing is
can you transition at all?
No, I can't write
Left-hand,
left-handed.
yeah.
It's only with sports, you know.
Gotcha.
I can
No, that makes
I
sense.
can golf.
That's how my brother is.
I golf left. I actually pitch right-handed.
I just play baseball with my Magnum cock.
Did I ever tell you that my parents made me take golf classes in
Oh,
middle
that's
school?
fucking awesome.
It was. I ended up being like really good by the end of it, but then of course it's like I don't want to play golf right now, so I'm never.
I don't
want
want to play golf. I want to play mini golf with the UFO Abraham Lincoln.
You know what? That's something that we should do sometimes.
Mini golf?
Mini golf.
Fuck yeah.
Every time I go camping by Guernsville, even though you have to be by Guernsville, there's like it's like this big wooded area where you go, and then if you walk down the street, there's like this mini golf place with like a
Is it
fall-
indoors or outdoors?
outdoors.
That's fucking
It-
right. Fucking
no,
A.
yeah.
Because the
none of
people
that
are,
indoor hella hot. There's a line.
people
no,
people
none
in
of
San
that.
Francisco like there's a bunch of
in
places
the middle of the summer. No,
Yeah, people here say like there's
Bowling is indoors, golf is outdoors.
people are like there's a bunch of places to do putt putt at. I'm like we're at it's
I'm
like
gonna
this
go.
indoor place that's also a bar. I'm like no, that's not fucking putt putt. You got to be outside.
I'm gonna
for
take
putt-putt.
3 buses to the Mission to go to this small place, be in line at the first hole hot as hell while all these kids like hit
The
it, they
one-
make it in, take it out with their hands, try to
the
do it
one
again.
And their
exception-
dads are drunk.
Yep.
The one exception to indoor putt-putt, Santa Cruz.
Thought you were gonna be like
is when you're on your computer playing putt-putt.
That's what you were gonna say. I was like, what are you talking about?
That's the one exception.
Anyway, so this place, it's outdoors and it has a humongous like Fallout 4 T-Rex thing.
I don't know what that
like
means.
the big like paper mache model looking thing. It's
Okay.
just like a giant T-Rex and all
Okay.
these different like it's mini golf, so
Okay.
it has all these crazy stuff.
I don't know
it's
why
really
it's
cool.
Fallout 4, even though you explained it.
Because every like Fallout 4 game has at least one T-Rex somewhere.
Every Fallout 4 game, and every copy of the game, it's in a different place. They programmed this game really weirdly.
But
baseball.
yeah, baseball, not golf.
I miss baseball. I should probably look into maybe
The thing
joining
that
a league.
the thing that's rough is going to a Giants game, seeing a family completely geared out, and then when JT Snow comes to visit and they're interviewing him, they're like, "Who the fuck is that?" And you're just like, "Shut your fucking mouth."
And they always have the daughter who they bought the pink Giants cap for.
That says I, can be a princess.
I get really annoyed when people bring up, or when I bring up Omar Vizquel, and they're like, "Oh yeah, he was so good for the Giants." I was like, you know what? No, fuck you. When he joined the Giants, he was past his prime. He was like,
If I had $1 for every time I had to hear Barrett talk about this,
Omar Vizquel is the reason why I wanted to play baseball.
Yeah.
Like, when I the way he fucking played in the '90s, holy shit! Oh, he was so good. And like the way he played shortstop, what the fuck, dude? We're in the middle of a show.
I thought you were gonna pour a glass of water and then like do it over and then mix it.
Like Omar Vizquel was just
Yeah.
he was such a great shortstop, and that's why I love playing shortstop.
Shortstop is so fun.
So yeah.
My brother played shortstop. Then I played shortstop. Then he went catcher. Then I went catcher. I was like, I would be
We
my
can't
brother.
both be catcher. That's weird.
No, we weren't on the. We're at 8-year difference. We didn't play on the
It
same
was
team.
a sex joke.
Oh,
When I used to play Little League,
Thicker
they
than a
put me in
bolo,
the
yeah.
outfield where no one could hit to.
Yeah, I remember at one point the last time I played baseball, and this is sort of why I stopped, was I was on a team. For the most part, when I played baseball, my stepdad was the coach, and he didn't play
Oh.
favoritism. He
okay.
didn't like
I was
whatsoever.
gonna say, like, that's
I
the
had
worst.
no, like I had to earn the shortstop spot. I had to earn
You owned this
pitcher.
donut.
I'd like own like the pitcher and stuff, and if I wasn't doing well, like I'd be benched, and like other people would pitch, you
Yeah.
know. And so like he
He's
did
just
not
like Wendell, your cut. Sherry Terry, your cut.
and I find like I appreciate it. Like he did not play favoritism in that sense. But I one year when we moved from Lakewood to Olmsted Falls, the second year we lived in Olmsted Falls, because the first year I lived in Olmsted Falls, I still played in like the Lakewood sort of league. But the second year I lived in Olmsted Falls, I did the Olmsted Falls League, and I was on a team where the dad. 2 of his sons were on the team.
Mhm.
They were very favorited and all this stuff. And even though like all the like hard work I put into that team, I was still put in right field.
Mhm.
And you know, like, and that's why like people like to say like, oh, Hunter Pence is so fucking great. Like Hunter Pence is an amazing player.
He's my favorite, but just because it's
But
not
he
even
also
because of his
plays in right
baseball
field,
skill.
and it's something like you
just because
grow
of
up.
him.
You grow up with not a lot of people typically batting left-handed.
Yeah.
So usually you put your like whatever player, like your whatever defensive player in right field, because there's not a lot of left-handed hitters. So
Yeah. Exactly.
I was just put in right field that entire fucking season. That's why I was just like, if I'm gonna try to put like all of this work into baseball and like this is all I'm gonna get, like that fucking sucks. So
Exactly.
that's why I
Jerking
stopped.
in right field, just like